Oh my god, welcome to another edition of the most consistent, prolific, and dedicated uploads in YouTube history. This is Sean's View Entertainment on YouTube.com. Make sure to like this video and subscribe. All the rumors, all the speculation, all the doubt, all the guesswork, who was behind the August 1st warning. Ladies and gentlemen, we will get to that later on, but tonight was a great night of Impact Wrestling. The furtherment of storylines, great in-ring action, two matches that really stole the show tonight. Very impressed with what Impact Wrestling threw at us. Austin Aries versus Bobby Roode, an Austin Aries Bobby Roode promo feud that's starting up, and they say that they're going to be facing each other in the future. What I got out of this was a lot of heart, a lot of passion, a lot of intensity that was shown on the mic tonight between Austin Aries and Bobby Roode. The first match of the night, Hernandez versus Bobby Roode. This was a good match in my opinion, 3 out of 5 stars. Up next, it was Jay Bradley versus Joseph Park. This was a match I wasn't really interested in, but it was still 2 out of 5 stars. Up next, Chris Sabin versus Manic, in what was a great fast-paced back-and-forth match. 4 out of 5 stars. Bully Ray would come down and attack Manic and Chris Sabin after the match. Obviously, Bully Ray has his sights set on Chris Sabin in the TNA World Heavyweight Championship because Bully Ray feels that he was cheated out of the match. So that was pretty good stuff. Like I said, that match in itself, though, 4 out of 5 stars. Really enjoyed what these two wrestlers, these two combatants brought to us. Gail Kim versus ODB had the potential to be good, but it got out of control. Tempers were flaring, and these two women, these two knockouts just beat the living daylights out of each other, and I'm sure we haven't seen the last of that rivalry. And then we seen Austin Aries versus AJ Styles in what I consider to be the second match of the night. 5 out of 5 stars. What a great main event. 2 wrestlers that left it all in the ring. And then, ladies and gentlemen, the August 1 warning. It finally came to a head. It was Tito Ortiz. Oh my god, you want to talk about taking the intensity. You want to talk about taking the violence factor and turning it up all the way. You got Rampage Jackson. You got the likes of Tito Ortiz. You got Kurt Angle. You got Samoa Joe, the Samoan submission machine. You have Sting. You have the main event Mafia. You have the Aces and Eights. This has the makings of something epic and really combustible. So, ladies and gentlemen, my opinion, I gave TNA Impact Wrestling 8 out of 10 stars. Felt it was a good show from top to bottom. Only a couple of things I didn't agree with, a couple of things I didn't like. But all in all, Impact Wrestling really went in the direction that I thought it was going to go in. And it was surprising. It was awe. It was shocking. There were great matches. There were great in-ring promos, good mic work. What else could you expect? Well, obviously, TNA went above and beyond tonight for the TNA fans. And I just got to say congratulations for TNA, because I haven't been this interested in TNA in a while. It's like, you know, TNA is like, it's an up and down. You know, sometimes it's going to be good, sometimes it's going to be bad, sometimes it's going to be unpredictable, sometimes it's going to be cringeworthy. But tonight, they did everything the right way. And we all know this August 1 warning wasn't going to happen in the beginning. We knew it wasn't going to happen in the middle. But damn it, it came at the end. They made us wait. And I guess you could say it was really worth the wait, because names like Batista were thrown out, Hardcore Holly, all these other names, and all of a sudden Tito Ortiz arrives on the scene, and Aces and Eights and the main event Mafia didn't look none pleased, and they looked pretty shocked. They looked pretty surprised, as if, how are we going to handle this guy? How is this guy going to be managed? So your comments and your opinions on what was one hell of an explosive TNA Impact Wrestling. And if this video gets about 100 likes, I'll continue talking about TNA. I will continue giving your Impact Wrestling review like you want, only if this video gets 100 likes. Subscribe now.